Hello and welcome to Dream Garage, the podcast where we put together a dream car collection. Each week there'll be a new theme with a specific budget. We'll browse the classifieds and decide on which car we would buy for our dream garage. This week it's a hot hatch for £10,000. So I've already taken the trouble of pre-filling the filters on this to speed it up a bit at the beginning. So let's dive in and see what we've got. So we've got a Golf VR6, we've got a John Cooper Works R53, we've got an R32, an Alfa Romeo 147 3.2 GTA. Yeah, I've actually filtered these by age oldest just to see what it picks up. The John Cooper Works Mini Cooper S's are rare cars and they are very quick cars. The standard ones had 163 brake horsepower, but these run at just over 200. So they're pretty quick and good, decent cars. They do command a hefty premium over the standard ones, which you can pick up for under £2,000 now. R32 Golfs, they're becoming very collectible now. A bit of a cult following. This is a manual 5-door one, blue in a nice blue. Alfa Romeo 147, they want 9.8 for that. That's done just shy of 100,000 miles. Cool cars. Don't see very many of those. One went through the Anglia Classic car auctions at the weekend. I think that one it was around 7,000 that sold for. So this one seems a little pricey. More R32s. Clio Sport. Now, do you think that this generation Impreza classes a hot hatch? It's not an estate, is it? I suppose it is a hot hatch, really. Not the best Impreza, though, is it? In terms of appearance, I don't think they were that well loved. I'm sure people might tell me that they're actually becoming quite sought after now as they become older. Scirocco are okay. A lot of the usual kind of suspects in terms of. Let's just open up the price a little bit and see if we can get something a little bit more different and interesting. Okay, this floats my boat. Phase 1 Clio 16 valve. Very cool cars. Very quick cars in their day as well. 137 brake horsepower. Cracking little car. Phase 1 Clio, lots of money spent. Recon, gearbox, 2x drive shafts, timing belt, water pump done. Stainless exhaust, uncut parcel shelf. Now, that's because back in the Max Power days, everyone used to cut their parcel shelf up to put speakers in. My brother's friend had one of these back in the day, and it was very cool. It'd been heavily modified. Engine wise, and it's the same colour. He had gold wheels on it. Very cool. I'm gonna save that because that is the sort of thing I'm thinking. I'm thinking like an iconic hot hatch. Civic Type R, S3 Quattro, 106 GTI. Again, this isn't the fastest car in the world, 106 GTI, but they are cool. You may realise by now that I do have a little bit of a thing for slightly older cars. Cars that are a little bit more rare and interesting. So, I think those to me represent someone that truly loves cars if you've got a car like that, rather than, I suppose, not to say I don't like modern cars, it's just some of the more modern things you will see lots of, and they become less interesting to me as a result. I wonder if there is any other John Cooper Works on there. I'll save that one because they are cool. R32. R30. That's the same one we saw already. An S3, Mark 1 S3. These are interesting. These Corolla T Sports. It had the Celica 190 brake horsepower engine from the Celica in it, and you think, well, that must be interesting. But I've read reviews on them. I've never driven one, but I've read reviews on them that they are not quite as good to drive. A little bit pedestrian. Not quite as good to drive as you'd hope for, given the fact it's 190 brake horsepower. But interesting, quirky car nonetheless. Oh, what have I done there? So there's another John Cooper Works here for £6.5 grand, but it doesn't look like it's been kept as nicely as this one. Let's read about this one. 53,000 miles on the clock. Two-tone leather interior, full electric tilt, chili pack, 17-inch alloys. It's got a spotlight kit, BMW Mini service history, MOT till November, no advisories. That looks cool. Looks nice. Civic Type R, Renault Sport, a later one, 182. They're a hoot to drive. But I think I would prefer a Phase 1 Clio because you just don't see them at all. Just don't see them at all. What else have we got? 130i. They're cool. I like those. The original 1 Series 130i's, the 265 brake horsepower. This is an automatic Steptronic. I think, as you know, I think I would prefer a manual. I keep saying that. R32 Golf. I think I'd prefer a GTI to a R32, just because it's the classic hot hatch, isn't it? I think the V60s, although they're quick, they're heavier, aren't they? They're not quite as the chuckable as the GTIs. Focus ST. Focus ST, another one. Astra VXR, Nürburgring edition. I really don't like this Clio. This shape Clio. What did they do to it? The front just looks weird. It annoys me when car manufacturers facelift their cars and make them look worse. I think they do it just because they think it has to look different. How can we make it look different? Scirocco with 290 brake horsepower. We've got a Golf GTI. Okay, right, I'm gonna sort by price now. Hi. Just see what else we've got. There's a lot of VR6s up here. Price high, low. Why is it properly? Okay, so sorted by price high, low. We've got a S3, a newer one with 300 brake horsepower. Looks mean. DSG box. 2014. No offers. Serious inquiries only, no offers. Fiesta ST 1 Series 125 Auto. R32. Up GTI. But they're probably quite fun to drive. Now I'm trying to find the cars that actually look that actually fit the bill of a hot hatch. There's some hatchbacks that are fast here, like the Impreza wagons are technically a hatchback, but it's not really a hot hatch in my eyes. Golf R. Manual. Okay. Yeah, and it's a 3-door. Oh, it's got a bumper problem there. So it's had a bit of a bash. Oh, it's got. Well, at least they're showing the pictures of it. It doesn't look like it's in the best condition. What they're saying about it. It's 10k. 65 plate. Lapis blue. Mark 7 Golf R. Did they use AI? Perfect for those who demand performance and style. The exterior is sleek and modern with subtle accents that showcase the car's sporty personality. The interior is equally impressive with top quality materials and advanced technology. Don't settle for a mediocre driving experience. Upgrade to the Golf R Mark 7 Lapis Blue and take your driving game to the next level. They've either had AI help them or they're just a little bit kooky. Yeah, not sure I want to get bashed up Golf R. V40 T3. 152, that's not really hot hatch territory, is it? If it was a Polestar tuned Volvo, maybe. ST Focus. I'm not saving that just because I don't know, doesn't interest me that much. Probably because you see a lot of them. And if I'm going to put a car in my dream garage, I want it to be interesting enough to warrant a place there. Okay, so I'm not really getting a good vibe from some of these cars. Well, hang on a minute. There's a 135 M135i BMW. Now that's an interesting modern car. It's not very pretty to look at, but it has got the combination of a manual box, rear-wheel drive, and a powerful engine, which you can't beat really. 320 brake. What's the performance? 0 to 60 in 5.1 seconds. 316 brake horsepower, it says. Full service history. 6-speed manual. Had it since 2021. Okay, so what have we got? Let's recap. We've got the Renault Clio Phase 1 16 valve. We've got the 106 GTI with one owner from new. We've got the Cooper, John Cooper Works R53. Do we have anything else? That's the three we've got so far. Oh, and we also had the 135 BMW, didn't we? Okay, so here's the BMW. the 135 that we've got. It's obviously a lot more modern and more powerful than the others. It's got a manual box. It's done 89,000 miles on the clock, and it's up for 9,250. I think of those four, the one that jumps out to me is the Clio 16 valve. I think these are really cool cars. You don't see a lot of. They look great. They're quick. They're interesting. And I just think this will really slot in nicely to my dream garage. And I'd enjoy jumping into this, driving it, and just looking at it. And those wheels, and for those wheels alone, if nothing else. So that's my choice, the Renault Clio 16 valve Phase 1. It's up for 8,500, but I'm sure we can do a deal for 8,000. So I'm going to say I got the Clio for £8,000. So thank you very much for watching. Do you agree with that choice? What would you have gone for? Is there something I'm missing? Please let me know in the comments, and join me next week. We'll find out what else we can buy.